The first and foremost thing, I think that Jeremy Corbyn and his allies have actually got a politicisation, not just within the Labour Party, but within the country as a whole, and that's got to be a good thing.
And that's fine, except that all the opinion polls suggest he can't win.
Well, I mean, it really is strange, this, isn't it? Because every single Tory newspaper, the BBC and others, who certainly have got no love and never have had any love for the left, suddenly are saying that it's unwinnable. The same ones are spending every moment of their time in attacking him with the most vicious campaign that I've seen since the 80s and worse. Now, let's be honest. If he was so unelectable and it was so unwinnable, then the Tory newspapers, the likes of the Mail and others, would be sitting back and saying, let him carry on, because this will guarantee the Tories will actually win. The reality is that the reason why they are so opposed to him, they're so vicious in their condemnation for him, is they actually do think not only he could win, but he could win by a big majority.
Well, it's interesting you say that, because not only is his net approval rating just last week with Comrades -28, and only Donald Trump does worse than that at the moment, but Sadiq Khan, the Labour Mayor of London, arguably the most successful Labour politician at the moment, who had a big win just back in May, is
under
saying,
Corbyn's leadership.
Well, yeah, but he's saying it
under Corbyn's leadership.
He doesn't say Jeremy Corbyn gets credit for it. And indeed, he says to those who say it's all the media.
You can say all you like, Sean. The reality is he actually won London under Jeremy Corbyn's leadership.
And he will say he won despite Jeremy Corbyn,
well,
not because of it.
Yeah, I'm sure they would.
But just on your point about the media, let me put you what he said in an article he wrote for The Observer just on Sunday. You can't just blame a hostile media and let Jeremy and his team off the hook. I know from my own election, up against a nasty and divisive Tory campaign, that if we are strong and clear enough our convictions, the message will get through to the public. He basically is saying that Jeremy Corbyn has failed to connect with the public, and that's why he shouldn't be leader
I know
anymore.
he said that, and a lot of others have as well. And within the Parliamentary Labour Party, there is a problem. There's a large number of Labour MPs who actually now are opposing Jeremy Corbyn, and that does give a problem. The reality is you've got to think what those Labour MPs are all about. I would argue that the vast majority of members of Parliament, all sides, they're first and foremost concerned. Yes, a lot of them are principled. Yes, a lot of them have got good ideas. Yes, a lot of them believe in certain ideals. The reality is they're first and foremost concerned is that they like their position. They love being MPs. They love the power. They love the authority. They love the credibility. They love everything that goes with it. And they, more than anything, want to stay as members of Parliament. So all of a sudden, they start panicking, saying, hang on a minute, if the press are saying that it's unwinnable, we might be under pressure themselves.
The polls are saying it as well.
Well, the polls have been saying it only since the coup from the Parliamentary Party. Prior to that, the opposite was happening. He actually got to a stage where he was virtually on line with the Tories. And you can look all the papers you like, you'll find that that's true. And the reality is that was the case then. Since the Parliamentary Party have started their chicken coup, then all of a sudden it's very different. And yes, the confusion in the minds of ordinary people up and down the country is as a result of the Parliamentary Labour Party behaving like they have in a most despicable, disgraceful way.